Hello. Thank you for joining me today. I just had to get a quick video out to you. I just did a live over on my kids' video, on my kids' YouTube. That is Kretz for Kids. And it was all about our mindset. It was all about the fact that today happens to be May 4th when I'm recording this. If you're listening to this today, great. And that's commonly known around these parts as Star Wars Day. And that's because people will go around and say, may the fourth be with you, as a pun to may the force be with you, right? But I was on my way to work and I thought, there's a reason why I'm going to do my podcast and my things on mindset because it's been on my mind. It's so important for us to think quality thoughts. And I don't think we put enough energy into the power of thinking in a quality way. I think that we kind of set it aside and many times just let our thoughts roam free inside of our head and just let them swirl and let them think too much or even just not enough on the right types of things. And we don't take a minute to say, wait a minute, what about my own Jedi mind power? What about the power that I've been given within this amazing mind that we have? Am I using it right? Am I focusing on the right things? Am I having quality thoughts? Quality thoughts. Now, you and I both have been in a situation where we bought something cheap. You buy a toy that's cheap for our kids or clothes that are cheap, and that's great, but then it's basically as good as a disposable shirt because the moment you wash it, it's trash. It just, shrinks and looks horrible. All right. Low quality items are not something that are meant to be hanging around for a long time. A low quality toy that falls out of, a pinata, it's not meant for us to hold on to for a long time. Low quality thoughts, we're going to have them. We're human, but they're not meant to hold on to a long time. And when they don't serve us well and they don't act appropriately and those thoughts they break and they break apart inside of our mind and don't serve us, is because we were never meant to keep them. We can say next to our thoughts, and we need to do it more often. When something pops into our head that is unhelpful, unwanted, unnecessary, notice. Notice those things that are flowing in and out of our mind. And then when we take notice, rather than judging and be like, oh, there I am again, I'm horrible. Don't let a low quality thought pile on another low quality thought. Rather than that, notice, no judgment, and gently move yourself towards a different thought pattern. Gently move yourself to a place that you always want to be. You ask yourself, if I was having the type of thoughts that I know would move me forward with fill in the blank, whether that be a goal or having the best day that you want to, or being the best parent you need to be, or boss or friend, what would I be thinking if that was possible? That is a really powerful thing for us to write down on a piece of paper. Write down the thoughts that you would be thinking if you were just one little step away from the most amazing results in your life that you've always wanted. Then we remember to think those kind of thoughts throughout the day. We allow our mind to work for us, our Jedi mind, if you will, because we can come up with some amazing new thoughts. We can use the power that we have right inside of our mind to be able to construct and create brand new thought patterns that help us. Okay. It is amazing. So here we are with this amazing gift of our mind. What are we doing with it? Are we allowing ourselves to swirl with thoughts that are just basically filling time or out of habit? Someone does us wrong and we worry about why they did us wrong and how we could have done better. And I wonder what could have been done differently. And that, if that's my bad, why do I always do that? Why? And then our mind begins to go down this pattern of low quality thoughts without us even realizing it. It's okay. You're human. Your thoughts are going to sometimes not really be your best friend. The difference in us training our mind to be more of a Jedi mind, for this example, on May 4th and every day of the year, it is for us to notice low quality thoughts, notice them as such, and be like, well, I got it at the 99-cent store. What do I expect? And then replace it with a high quality thought that it costs something. It doesn't cost money though. It costs you being aware. It costs you paying attention. It costs a little bit more of you putting your energy into it to make it right. So someone, let's say, I don't know, they exclude you from an event or something like that, or something you really wanted to go to. They didn't invite you to, I don't know, do something. This happens a lot when I'm working with my younger clients, where they get so worried about their friendships, but we all deep down get worried about our friendships. The difference is we can either make ourselves wrong and make ourselves wrong in a type of way that begins to beat ourselves up. Or maybe we could move to a place where we're hating on the other person. They always do this. They did it to my sister the other day, and then they did it to them. And you know what? I'm noticing all the junky things they do. Now, we could do that, but I would call those low quality thoughts. It doesn't encourage us to be a better human. It doesn't encourage us to move towards a person that we can be proud of. It doesn't give us any benefit to actually make progress in our life. But on the other hand, we can acknowledge that something happened that triggered us, notice it, and then we can say, okay, there might be a reason for that. There might not be a reason for that. It might have just been a fluke. But in order to protect my own mind, I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to focus right now on the things I am meant to do. Because thinking on this right now will only produce me being paralyzed. And I won't be able to continue my mindset on the things that are important, the things that's going to be helpful right now, the things that I need to do in my day. Before you know it, a whole bunch of time has gone by, and then that moves to some other unhelpful activity of, I don't know, scrolling on social media for no reason. Notice it and say, I'm going to set that thought aside. I'm going to purposely just put that somewhere else. It's going to take care of itself, and I'm going to think about this instead. I'm going to think about how I can be a more powerful individual. How can I make sure I don't make people feel this way? How can I remember how this made me feel so I can construct myself into the type of person that I want to be? These are all thoughts that can lead to a high quality, that can lead to things that will help you in your life, the qualities that you can keep forever. This is something you bought at, I don't know, Macy's, Nordstrom, a much more high quality online store. And you're going to keep them for a while. You're going to let them hang around because it helps you. Now, another type of helpful thought might be if something pops in your mind that you did do that wasn't quite on par with who you want to be. Maybe you're like, you know what? I just remembered that the other day I was talking to them and I just cut them off. I did nothing but talk about myself. I was frankly kind of rude. And I wonder if that rubbed them wrong. That could lead to a high quality thought. That's the type of self-reflection that can be helpful. You don't beat yourself up about it. You say, what am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about that? Who do I need to go and make amends with? Who do I need to fine tune within myself so I do that differently? What kind of person do I really want to be? And if the result of this particular thing that I did landed me in a negative spot, well, I know good and well that I'm going to have time in my life to redo that in a different situation with maybe the same people or different people. So how am I going to shape that differently? You know, recently I was with a group of girls that I didn't really know well. And you know, it's like, you're just kind of like, how am I going to navigate this new situation? What am I going to do? How much am I going to talk, not talk? How am I going to be viewed? I was tempted to have those thoughts kind of overwhelm me. But I remembered this very talk that I'm giving you. And I remembered, wait a minute, low quality thoughts. Rather than that, I'm going to think, what am I going to be like? What is my intention for this trip? My intention is to be relaxed. My intention is to have fun. My intention is to uplift my sister, who is the bride in this party. My intention is to learn about people. And my intention is to share when it's appropriate, but not overshare. I am going to keep my mind on that and be as successful in that as I can be. See, it doesn't matter if it's an event, a party, a place you're going, work, you can choose quality thoughts or low quality thoughts. And if you find yourself thinking, no, I cannot, I can't control what I think, that's a sign that maybe you haven't yet tapped into this power that I'm talking about. I'm talking about a superpower of the mind that you haven't tapped into. Why not start practicing? Why not say, if I could control my thoughts a little bit better in real time, what would that look like? Even if you don't believe it yet, maybe you're in a space where you're like, I don't even believe what you're saying. It's never worked for me. I hear that a lot. That doesn't work for me. And I'm thinking, I'll be totally honest with you. When I hear someone say that doesn't work for me, it really irks me, because I think your mind is a human mind, right? So your thoughts work similarly to every other person. So your thoughts actually do work like this. You just haven't practiced the skill yet. Okay. Now for me, I'm not great at math, but if I practice something that means a lot to me that has to do with math, I'm going to learn it. I had to learn a certain amount of math in order to get my degree, my master's degree. I still am not strong at math, but you bet I learned enough to get through the classes to get my master's degree because it mattered to me. I wanted that degree. I worked for that degree. I was paying for that high quality degree. You can look at your mind as something that you're investing into. You're investing into this amazing thing that you've been giving. What are you investing? Are you investing thoughts of gossip and madness and doubt and self-doubt? Holy moly, self-doubt will crush us. If we get the moment that it gets in our mind, oh, maybe you can't do that after all, you just run away with that. We have to take our mind seriously enough to say, okay, even if this isn't a strong suit of mine personally, it matters enough to me to learn what I need to learn to fine tune what I'm thinking, because it matters that I am the best version of myself and that I don't give myself excuses like it doesn't work for me, because how do you know? Give it a better shot. Another thing I hear a lot of people say is, oh gosh, kind of like, how do they word it when people come to me and they're talking about, they'll be like, oh, I lost my train of thought with that, but they'll be, I'll come back to it in a minute. You guys are like, she's all over the place. This is just on my mind right now. I have a meeting in a few minutes, so we're going to wrap this up. But when people come and they say, no matter what I do, it never works. That was what I wanted to hit on. It never works. I've tried everything. Have you ever heard someone say that to you? I've tried everything. Well, my response is, well, you clearly haven't tried everything, or else you would have found the thing that works. There is something that works for you and the way that you were made and the wonderful mind that you have and the limitations that you have. There's something that works for you, but you have to put in the extra energy. The pay that it takes for high quality thinking is that you have to put in the energy to find that. You can't give yourself an excuse to say nothing works. Rather than that, say nothing has worked yet, so I'm going to keep looking until I find what works to control my anger, control my negativity, to control my sadness, to put me in a place where I can be more positive with my family, more positive with myself. Fill in the blanks and journal. The tip I have for you is to journal. And that's why I'm creating my own journals right now that'll be on Amazon soon, because journaling is another way for us to sort out all those things in our mind so we can be the person that we really, really, truly do want to be. We really wish that we could be. And it's time for us to stop making excuses and believe in ourselves enough to walk towards being that person. I'm doing that for myself every day. Let's do that together, shall we? Let's do it together. Let's be our best self. That's what I'm talking to the people about that I run into, but that's what I wanted to pause for a minute and talk to you about. If you want to work with me about this on a deeper level, let's do some coaching. Let's fill you in on the next slots. If it's not in for a while now, that's fine. Catch up on my podcast. That's Parenting with the Focused Mindset. But you'll find, even if you're not a parent, there are a lot of things about mindset will be talked about in there. Catch up on that. And when I have an open space, let's do some coaching together. Let's work on this together. You don't need to be alone. Catch up on the videos on YouTube. Look for things that are helping you with your mindset. Then you, next year on May 4th, can be like, yes, the Force is with me. I have a Jedi mindset. I have controlled my low quality thoughts and traded them in for high quality thoughts. So it's time for me to get going. Thank you for joining me today. I didn't do a lot of those things beforehand because of the fact that, like I told you, I'm in between meetings. There's a whole ton of kids at my work testing right now. I have a meeting in a few minutes that is going to probably talk about the same type of thing. Consider you guys a practice for that. But subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you get in touch with me. Make sure that you connect with the things that are going to help you. Follow, share. I give you permission if you know someone else that has been struggling. We all struggle. Why not help each other out and say, let's trade those low quality 99-cent store thoughts for high quality Nordstrom thoughts. All right. So until next time, keep in touch and take care.